Good morning to all of you. Today is the topic of minerals and the rock. It's for lesson 5th, and today we are discussing the minerals and the rocks. First, we said that the what is the minerals. The minerals means they are the lot of elements in the earth. Lot of elements in earth, and that was in the three forms: solid, gas, and liquid. But in the crust, last time we discussed in this second chapter, interior part of the earth. The first is crust, and then mantle, and then core. Here we discuss the part of crust, and in which the crust, they are the various type of the elements, and these elements are in the form of three forms: solid, gas, and the liquid. And in the 98% of the total crust, 98% total crust of the earth is the composition of the eighth composition of 8 elements, which are the first is oxygen. Oxygen. In 46.6%. Silicon. 27.72%. And aluminium. 8.13%. And iron. 5.00%. And calcium. 3.63%. And sodium. 2.83%. And potassium 2.09%. And the magnesium 2.09%. And the potassium 2.59%. Sorry. And the other is in which the other elements, in which the titanium, hydrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, sulfur, carbon, nickel, and the other elements, they are the percentage is 1.41%. It means these all the 8 elements are to make the crust part of the earth, 98% part. And the composition of this 8 element on the behalf of their minerals, that all are the minerals. These all are the minerals in the minerals forms. If we and the elements, the earth crust are the rarely found the exclusive by the usually combine with the other element to make the various substance. And this substance, if we're talking the definition of the mineral, that was the earth crust was rarely found by the usually compound with the other element to make the various substance, and these substances are recognized as a minerals. It means they are the some parts. It means that the some elements that was are different parts, and these elements plus their substance, and they are recognized as a minerals. Elements plus their substance is recognized as the minerals. These are the definitions. And if we talking about the rocks, and the rock definition is the earth crust is the composition of the rocks. It means the earth crust is composed of the rocks. There are the three types of rock we know very well. After minerals we have discussing about this, and first of all we are discussing the minerals. Minerals is a naturally occur in organic substance, have a orderly atomic structure and definite chemical composition and the physical properties. A minerals is the composition of the two or the more elements, and but sometimes single element minerals like a sulfur, copper, silver, gold, graphite, etc. are the fonts. It means if we know that the one property of the minerals is called the minerals, and if the two composition of two and the more elements are called also the minerals. If the single elements in the minerals is like a sulfur, copper, silver, golds. And what are the, if we're talking about the at least there are the lot of elements, minerals, and if we they are the at least the 2000 minerals that have been named, defined as a that have been named and identified in the earth crust. It means 2000 minerals, and the basic source of this mineral in the hot magma. All the oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and the other forms. The all the minerals are the main source is magma, and the magma is here. We can say the mantle in the second form, that was in the liquid forms, and when the magma is cooled, and it cooled, and the crystal of the minerals appear, and the systematically series of the minerals and the forms in the sequence of the solidification as the to the form of the rock. When all the minerals in the melty form, when it was changing into the solid form, and the solid, and this solid form is the outer part of the earth is called the rock. It means such a all the minerals also that was very important for our economics. That was the coal, petroleum and natural gas natural gas are that all are also the minerals to define the economy of the country. And the if we're talking about the characteristics of the mineral, that was physically physically characteristics. And first is external crystal form. It means to determine the internal arrangement of the molecules, cubes, hexagonals, primes, domes. These all are the crystals. And the second is cleavage. The cleavage is the tendency to break in the given direction produced relatively plane surface result of the internal arrangement of the molecular. It means the internal arrangement of molecules. And the third is friction. Friction means when the crystal will break in the irregular manners and not along the plane of the cleavage is called the friction. When the crystal break in irregular manner not along plane of cleavage is called the friction. And fourth is luster. The appearance of the minerals without regard to the color. Each mineral has a distinctive luster like a metallic, silly, glossy. And fifth is every minerals have a, we can say, the colors and their shining, that was in the metallic, silly and the glossy. And the color is also the base, and the physically feature of the minerals, and some minerals have the characterized as a color and the determined by the molecular structures. And the sixth is stacks 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 is the color of the ground powder of any minerals. Ground powder of any minerals. And the seventh is the transparency. It means when the sun rays passing out for this minerals is called the transparency. When the objects can be seen, when the object can be seen, it's through the objects can be seen plainly, and translucent lightly rays pass through but will be diffused, so the object cannot be seen, and obtuse light will not be passed at all. And eighth is structure. Means the particular arrangement of the individual crystals, fine, medium, and the coarse grains. These are the structures. It means the particular arrangement. And the ninth is hardness. Means they are the some minerals are very hard. We can say that the first is, we can say, the talc, gypsums, calcite, fluorite, and feldspar, and epitiles, feldspar, quartz, topaz, corundum, and the last is the diamond. The diamond is very, we can say, the hardness in the minerals. And the 10th is the specific gravity. Specific gravity. It means the ratio between the weight and the weight of equal volume of the water. Ratio of weight of object plus weight of equal volume of water. That was the ratio, is called the specific gravity. Okay, thank you.